That's in the air, but in the gap as well. Steve Smith looking good, just looking to open up a bit now. The approach from both these Australians has been very good.
As soon as the Indians have got a bit too full, the Australians are really capitalised on it. And Hardik Pandya just hasn't got his length right so far. This is his 8th ball, and he just has bowled 3 balls just a bit too full. The Australians are really just hoping to keep staying full to capitalise. Power play, Jasprit Bumrah, geez, he set the tone so beautifully. Got off to a fly, but Virat Kohli, what a catch. Slips catching, so crucial for his team. And then Steve Smith just came in and found the middle of his bat from ball 1. Some excellent shots. And when Hardik Pandya got too full, Steve Smith and Dave Warner really capitalised. But nice solid start from Australia. They would have hoped to have scored a bit faster on this type of wicket, but Mitch Marsh losing him early sort of just curbed them a little bit.
Oh, that's pulled away. In the gap for 4. Very quick to cash in on anything loose. No half measures, the intent is there. Smith is on the lookout. And it brings up the 50 for Australia.
Hardik, he's just been a bit inconsistent with his length, a bit full or a bit short. And the type of move that Steve Smith and Dave Warner are in at the moment, they are making the most of it. They're really trying to cash in because they know it's going to be more challenging against Ashwin, Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav as well. So they really need to make the most of these balls from Hardik Pandya.
What I like, Caddy and Motto, is their approach. They've not come with any preconceived ideas. You know, this is a kind of pitch you've got to spend some time on it to realize what shots you can play. You know, you're then become particular with your shot selection, what to expect. Wait for that slower delivery or the off cutter that is short, or only if it's right up would you go for the big drive. It's only when you spend time at the crease will you know how exactly to adapt to the conditions, and things become easier. If you come out looking to blaze away from the outset, it won't be that easy. $11 gone, 51 for 1.
We've seen a lot of foot movement from Steve Smith coming down the wicket, and on a slower wicket, if you're able to use your feet, you're able to create that momentum, and then it means the bowler is not sure what length they can bowl. Then they pull it back, brings those short deliveries that just sit in the wicket, presents opportunities square. Isn't that beautiful shape? Isn't that beautiful?
Support. It is so good. Chepak is absolutely pumping every reason for people to come along, just to be caught up in the joy and excitement of watching a game of cricket here in India. It's pumping.
And you know what's funny about playing on this ground? It's normally yellow when the Chennai Super Kings play. Today, yellow is in the opposition. It's blue out there. It's the nation playing. And let's put it this way, they're used to both colours.
No one was ever wearing a Chennai top today, were they, coming down to the ground?
Still a slip in place. Interesting to see the tactics of both these batsmen against Ashwin. Would they look to take him on, or just milk him as much as they can?
You're right, now the Australians just look like they're just trying to rotate the strike enough, finding the various shots to be able to get down the other end. And then in time just feel more comfortable with what my scoring options really are. But it does take a little bit of time for them to really assess what this wicket's doing. Which balls are really turning more than others, what trajectory, what speed of the ball that turns a little bit more or doesn't. And especially the ball turning in someone like Steve Smith, it's going to give him a few more options to be able to score compared to Dave Warner. And Ashwin, in other formats of the game, does have the wood over Dave Warner, so that doesn't change even if it's a one-day cricket.
Definitely seen here the intent of Steve Smith to stay in his crease. There's a tendency to play across that front pad, and maybe Ashwin will be looking to try and bowl as wicket to wicket if he can. Bowls close to the stumps and the ball going away to the right-hander. Tough going for Australia.
Big shout.
See Dave Warner there just looking for a little bit of line, a little bit too straight, so he can really get inside the line just enough to be able to help it through backward square over 45. It's one of his very strong areas to be able to score. Just looking for that little bit too straight from Ashwin.
Oh, beauty, Ashley. Love that pace, Ash.
Just looking at the position of Rohit as well and slips, he's quite wide, wider than traditionally. So when the ball is a little uncomfortable, whether it's at your chest or outside the off stump, you're just going to go a little bit thicker, so that first slip goes slightly wider.
Interesting in that over, the odd ball, the puff of dust coming out when the ball pitches. And that could be the trend as the game progresses. 54 for 1.
You know what it's like, Watto, when the ball just sits in the wicket, hits you in the chest, and you think, I'm going to be battling today, but I just have to be here near the end.
Once there is a bit of puff of dust and one ball does a trick, then the mind games do start. You're trying to win that battle every single ball. Once there is a bit of puff of dust and one ball does a trick, then the mind games do start. You're trying to win that battle every single ball. Once there is a bit of puff of dust and one ball does a trick, then the mind games do start.
India through the middle, where it's used, it takes that big push back. Oh,
once there is a bit of puff of dust and one ball does a trick,
I didn't even know where he goes, but India through the middle, where that shows